Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. Let us continue with the chapter Periodic Classification of Elements. So here we are into the last topic, that is trends in the modern periodic table. So let us deal with this topic today in today's class. Okay. So if we are looking into the periodic table, so this arrow mark indicates across the period, and vertical way it is said to be down the group. Okay, remember, because often I'll be using these terms. Okay, so in this trends in the modern periodic table, so I'll be taking about the minor topics, that is valency, atomic radii, metallic character and electronegativity. First, let us discuss about valency. So as you all know that valency of an element, it is determined by the number of valence electrons that is present in the outermost shell of an atom. If this is the atom, so how many electrons will be in the outermost shell? So here it is 3 electrons. So the valency will be 3 of that particular atom. Okay, so coming to atomic size or atomic radii, so the term atomic size will refer to the radius of an atom. If this is the atom, what is the radius? What is the radius of an atom? So that is termed as atomic size. So the atomic size may be visualized as the distance between the center of nucleus and the outermost shell. For example, some element will be having one shell, okay, and some atom will be having 2 shells, and some atoms will be having 3 shells, and some atom will be having 4 shells, like this. Okay, from the nucleus to the outermost shell, we are measuring the radius from ear to ear. Okay, from ear to ear, the radius will be measured like this. Okay, so as the elements are arranged down the group, the radii will keep on increasing. Okay, so here, so the atomic size may be visualized as the distance between the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell of an isolated atom. Okay, so the atomic radius of hydrogen atom is 37 pm. So the unit is said to be picometer or picometer. So 1 pm is equals to 10 to the power minus 12 meter. So 1 pm is 10 to the power minus 12. Imagine how much could be for 37 pm. So this is the atomic size of hydrogen element. Okay. So you know atomic size increases down the group. Okay. It will decrease, atomic radius decrease in moving from left to right. Okay, if it is moving left to right it is across the period or down the group, it is across period. Okay, so this is due to an increase in the nuclear charge. Why? Because the nuclear charge keeps on increasing, so which is tend to pull the electrons very close to the nucleus, and it will reduce the size of an atom. Okay, so atomic size will increase, it will get increase down the group, whereas it decreases across the period. Okay, so this is because, why does it increases? Why atomic sizes will increases? Because new shells are being added, isn't it? As I explained, new shells will keep on adding. That's the reason the atomic size increases. Okay, this is going to increase the distance between outermost electron and nucleus, so that atomic size will increase in spite of increasing in the nuclear charge. Okay, now let us learn about metallic and non-metallic properties. Okay, so let us now understand about metallic and non-metallic property. So as we know, metals like sodium and magnesium are towards the left hand side, right? So sodium as well as magnesium will be at the left hand side, isn't it, of the periodic table, while the non-metals like sulfur and chlorine okay, are found right hand side. So in the middle we have silicon, and which is classified as a semi metal, or it is called as metalloid. Okay, so it is called as metalloid because it exhibits some properties of both metals as well as non-metals. Okay, so I was explaining that metallic and non-metallic properties. There are few metals which is placed left hand side, okay, which is placed left hand side of the periodic table, and there are few non-metals which are placed right hand side, like sulfur and chlorine, and in between there is a space, right? So there metalloids will be placed because they are acting like both metals as well as non-metals. Okay, so in the modern periodic table, a zigzag line separates metals from non-metals, and the broad line elements like boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium and polonium are said to be intermediate in properties, and that's the reason they are called as metalloids, or it is also called as semi-metalloids. What do you call it as? It is semi-metals or metalloids. Okay, so in chapter 3 you have learned that metals tend to lose electrons while they form bonds, right? So that is said to be electropositive in nature. Okay, so as the effective nuclear charge which is acting on the valence shell electrons, it gonna increase across the period, and the tendency of losing electron will get decreases down the group. So the effective nuclear charge will experience by valence electrons is decreased because the outermost electrons are farther away from the nucleus. So therefore this can be lost very easily. So hence metallic character will decrease across the period and increase down the group. I'll explain this. So in chapter 3 we have learned that metals is tending to lose electrons, okay, when they are forming the bond. Next, that now we are studying about, just a second. Now we are studying about electronegativity. Okay, so we are learning about electronegativity. So in chapter 3 we have learned that metals is going to lose electrons when they are forming bonds between the element, right? So that is said to be electropositive if they lose. If they gain, that is said to be electronegativity. So what happens? As the effective nuclear charge which is acting on a valence shell electrons, it increases across the period. Okay, it increases across the period. So the tendency to lose electron will get decreases down the group. So down the group what happens? So tendency of losing electron will decreases because effective nuclear energy experienced by valence, that is outermost shell electrons, is decreasing because the outermost electrons are very far away from the nucleus. So therefore it can be lost very easily. So hence metallic character will get decreased across the period where it increases down the group. Okay, so non-metals, what happens? So they are said to be electronegative. They tend to form bonds by gaining electrons. Okay, so that we are going to learn about variation of the property. So we call it as, okay, as the trends in electronegativity show, non-metals are found on the right hand side of the periodic table towards the top. Okay, so this electronegativity, the elements which show electronegativity, that is non-metals, are found to be right hand side of the periodic table, that is towards the top. You can observe the periodic table. Okay, and this trends also helps to predict the nature of oxides that is formed by elements, because it is known to that oxides of metals are very basic and non-metals are acidic in general. Okay, so we'll discuss more about this topic in tomorrow's class. Okay, we'll be meeting in classroom, so I'll explain more about it. Okay, so if you have any doubts, let's clarify in the classroom. Is it fine? See you all. Have a good day.